All right, and to wrap up, would I recommend the Fifine AM8? I want to say yes, but I am leaning towards kind of. The reason I want to say yes is as far as the functionality, I think this is great. XLR and USB, one of my favorite features. You have a mute button, absolutely fantastic. Tonally, I think this thing sounds really nice. Compared to some of the other microphones that are 3x the price, I preferred this. On top of that, it is insanely affordable, so it has a lot going for it. The reason I am saying maybe is because the mount of this yields one of its best features completely useless. You can't use the XLR cable because if the cable hangs off at all and you don't have some kind of tension relief to make sure it doesn't pull on it, it's just gonna flop about. If you have your headphones plugged in and the cable yanks it all, the microphone's gonna go flying around. So it yields one of the best features, the XLR and USB output, pretty much useless in my opinion unless you are incredibly careful with it. So if you're going to be using the XLR port and you are dynamic at all with your movements, if you don't have a way to tension relief the cables or something like that, I would say avoid this because the XLR port, you can't really use it without having extremely inconsistent audio because you're going to have to reset the microphone every 5 seconds. On the other hand, if you don't use the XLR, you're not going to, or if you can tension relief it, you're not very dynamic with your movements and your setup is static and you don't want to use the headphone port, I think this thing sounds really good. It does have a few limitations, but for the price, I think this is an incredible sounding starter microphone that you can grow with, and then after a little bit of time, upgrade to a higher quality mic.